Hey, in the mood for some solid, low-budget, sci-fi, Grindhouse style action? And who isn't? Well, if you are, you might want to check out this John Carpenter deep cut that didn't get a lot of love when it first came out. What movie am I talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you what it is right about now.
He doesn't really make those types of when, you're not the blockbuster type of guy.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Blerd Insights, where we celebrate genre entertainment from a blurred perspective. I'm the head Blerd in charge. I'm Jerence George, and thank you for joining us. Please remember to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of the fun. Today's episode is what I like to call an in case you missed it review. Sometimes after you've gone through all your stuff that you were really looking out for on your streaming, you've gone through your queue, everything that you really wanted to watch, all that's taken care of. And sometimes you just want, maybe something a little different. Maybe you want to discover a little gem, a movie that slipped through the cracks that you saw the trailer and said, that might be worth checking out one day. And one day never came. But don't fret, your boy G got your back. Today's episode is all about the John Carpenter sci-fi horror action weird western Ghosts of Mars.
Come on, you mindless motherfuckers!
If you don't just take my word for it and just sit down and watch the movie, and if you try to look anything up about the movie, let me put it to you like this. It ain't gonna be too hard to find somebody tearing it up. This movie got drugged. I'm talking about critics and audiences slapped hands and said, yeah, we both hate this shit. Nobody, it seemed, to really like it or really understand exactly what it was trying to do. The film opened in 2001, August of 2001, to number 9 in the box office. Opened up to number 9. That's a little heartbreaking right there. That's a little gut shot. That was rough. It opened to $8,709,640. Even in 2001 numbers, that ain't strong. It ended up grossing $14 million worldwide on a $28 million budget. Damn. This is basically one of the movies that kind of made John Carpenter want to step away from a while. This came out in 2001. He didn't make another movie again until 2010. He said, I'm going to hit the road and just play synth. To hell with y'all. There's too much damn work to sit up for 6 months, getting up at 5 a.m., doing 15-hour days for y'all to be talking shit. So everybody kiss my old ass. I'm gonna do what I really want to do and go play music with my son. No more fucking movies. And I understand, Mr. Carpenter. People are ungrateful. The Rotten Tomato consensus of the movie, basically the gist of what all the critics said was John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars is not one of his better movies. Filled as it is with bad dialogue, bad acting, confusing flashbacks, and scenes that are more scary than campy. Ouch, 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 bam, slap, kick, bam, shoot, bam. Kick in the ass, kick in the face, kick in the groin. Rough. Now, except for the acting, I can't say I disagree with any of that, but that's kind of the point. And some people got that. Roger Ebert, the late great film critic, gave the film 3 out of 4 stars, writing that Ghosts of Mars delivers on its chosen level, and I enjoyed it. But I wonder why so many science fiction movies turn into extended exercises and blast the aliens, because those movies make money. That's just my part. But he said this is an instance where it works. Richard Roper, his ex-partner, also awarded the film 3 stars out of 4, saying, is it stupid? Certainly. But I think that's the point. Carpenter is a smart man, and he knows exactly what he's doing. I miss seeing campy action flicks like this at the drive-in. Well, first of all, if you like the movie, just like it. You ain't got to say it's stupid. That's kind of a slap in the kiss for you. Hey, you stupid, but I like you. You cool with me, but you's a dumbass. And I think, basically, with a guy who makes all those type of movies, who has made all those type of movies at that type of pedigree, people were expecting it to come a little harder. And I think really they came in the movie ready to judge his reputation instead of just a movie on his own merits and what he was trying to do. On that note, I'm going to give you guys 5 reasons why you should watch John Carpenter's 2001 flick, Ghosts of Mars. Number 1, John Carpenter's ass was having fun. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And people just didn't get it. They didn't want him to have fun. They wanted his ass to be miserable. This is a guy who's not really tripping on impressing the audience or impressing his peers so much. He wants the audience to have fun, but he's not in it for prestige or pedigree. He's already done these types of movies before, so he's just kind of, let's just try some shit. Number 2, this movie embraces subversion. That's another reason why this movie is enjoyable, because John Carpenter is purposely going against the type of things you expect in this type of movie. It has a female lead played on the nose and wonderfully by Natasha Henstridge, just on board, ready to play the action hero. And it had a male lead in Ice Cube, playing one of the greatestly named characters in all of cinema, Desolation Jackson. You can't take a movie too seriously if one of the main characters' names is Desolation Jackson, and he's a brother. But there is also a white lead, but he's not the main character. He's not the guy telling people what to do. So already Carpenter is playing with the things that you expect. Also, the society is matriarchal because Mars is colonized now. Okay? By this society, the colonists are on the planet. All of a sudden, they didn't disappear, and so Mars police go to check on what's happening. Everybody's gone. They didn't turn to zombies, and the shit about to hit the fan. Okay, now the number 3 reason why, if you're an action Grindhouse fan, you should check out John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars, is he gave a damn about the action. That's how you know he had the audience in mind. I can't stand a movie that seems like it's ashamed of its action sequences. You know, we've all seen those movies where the action is just quick. They're shaking the camera for no damn reason. You got to make something happen. You can't just make it look like the cameraman fell down the stairs. You can't simulate excitement. You got to make the scene exciting. And John Carpenter actually took the time to do that. There's like 3 or 4 full-on solid action sequences in this movie, and there didn't have to be. He is able to take what sounds like standard, I hate to say generic because I don't want to make it sound like I'm dissing the soundtrack, but what kind of seems like generic rock music that you would hear in an action movie, but it works. It gets you pumped. I mean, it's the most here come the monsters. Watch your back. I was laughing and pumping my fist at the same time. It worked. It was on the nose, but it was still accentuating the action at the right times. It worked. Number 4 reason why you should check out John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars, Ice Cube as Desolation Jackson. Like I said, the aptly named Desolation Jackson. Now, Ice Cube hasn't made too many just straight up legit action films. I think the only other one was Triple X, Enemy of the State, and it was a genuine effort, but it just didn't work. First of all, I like the idea of a thick-bodied action hero. That there need to be more of those, period. We don't need to just be the sidekick eating sandwiches and complaining in the backseat of the car during the chase. Okay, we can be action heroes too. Even though, don't get me wrong, I know I'm way more thick-bodied than Ice Cube, but he wasn't, yoked. Usually it'd be somebody ripped in those parts. So just seeing somebody not ripped but still kicking ass gave me hope. Ice Cube got the chops, is what I'm saying. There's a couple of scenes where he has to genuinely show emotion and like emote because something major has gone down. And guess what? He pulls it off. There's a scene where he's kind of sitting, something major has happened, and he says, "Nothing bothers me." And you can tell something's bothering him. And I said, okay, I see you. Look at O'Shea with the subtext. Downtrodden, burdened hero of the film. Love it. Now, this main reason was a huge factor in me even sitting down to watch the movie before, because I remember watching it before and liking it. But now that I know a little bit more, I'm a little more educated, and I knew that this movie was like a sci-fi Western. Since it's a Western, I was curious on how it was going to treat its menace. And I knew that it was a sci-fi Western. One of the reasons why it's tough for me to watch Westerns today is because it's like, don't y'all be acting like the indigenous people are the threat. Like y'all are just the innocent settlers. We're just here in the name of progress. We ain't done nothing wrong. But you scary natives are coming at us, and we've got to defend ourselves and defend our land. Get the fuck out of here. If the movie was kind of going to have echoes of that, I would have bumped up against that, and I would have had trouble finishing it. But it was refreshing to see that this movie actually does have an anti-colonialism theme that is stated pretty plainly in the film. The movie does not hide the fact that it's saying that the people that settled on Mars are in the wrong, and the government that put them there is in the wrong, and the spirits that inhabit the settlers that go after our heroes in the film have a legitimate beef. And like I said, the movie gives you a couple examples, about 2 or 3 instances where it very clearly states, well, not literally, but very clearly illustrates that the idea is that the monsters got a beef, and y'all colonizing, settling motherfuckers need to kick rocks. And so that was the main thing I was concerned about. How was y'all gonna do this? How was y'all gonna play it? And it actually went there, and it had something to say about colonialism. And so just because of that alone, it shows that Carpenter is doing a little something with it. He's got something to say. It's not super mindless action. It's got just a pinch of commentary in it, and I appreciate that. It was refreshing to see that this movie actually does have an anti-colonialism theme that is stated pretty plainly in the film. Now that I've given you those 5 reasons to check out the movie, I'm gonna let you know right out of the gate that it ain't perfect, okay? It was made in 2001, and one thing that, even to this day, that a lot of sci-fi that likes to present itself as socially aware likes to do is sometimes it ends up playing in the same tropes that it's trying to call out. You know, shows that are trying to be, that are make comments about humanity and racism and stuff like that, still end up doing offensive things. All right, folks, you know where we're at. We're at my favorite and the most important time of the show. It's time to hand out some awards. Now, this is where I recognize certain aspects of a show or a movie, old or new, that maybe gets passed over come awards time. And I guarantee you, every part of this movie got passed over during awards time. But don't fret. Production in 2002, where everybody else has moved the hell on, but don't fret. You guys are going to be recognized for your efforts on the Blerd Insight Show. Not too many awards. for this one, but they're impactful and they're important. The first award just generally goes out to the entire cast, crew, everybody that showed up and gave just enough of a damn to be entertaining. If y'all had gave less of a damn, the movie would have been a disaster. But since it was just that much of a damn given by everybody all around, it was fun and lighthearted enough, but intense and serious enough to still be fun, but still have some real, what seemed like stakes. And that's only because everybody across the board was on board with just how goofy and how wild this premise was, and just why not? There's certain fight scenes, everybody's just, Jason Statham is really just selling the, you want it? It's just, everybody's on board. And I think it shows, and it really goes into how much you can enjoy this movie. So, congratulations, cast, crew, John Carpenter in full I Don't Give a Damn mode. Everybody, this goes to you. The second, and the only other award given out tonight, and it is the award of the evening. It is the most important one. This next award, the final award, goes to Ice Cube / Desolation Jackson.
Yay.
For not only his performance, but for being able to somehow maintain a decent, natural, and a cool, tight little trim up. Just a cool edge up in a Martian prison. In the future, in a Martian prison, a convicted murderer is so cool that he's still able to keep his hair lined up. This is for you. Anything hair related, I'm gonna be jealous of. So you're gonna automatically get an award. And hey, here's something that just occurred to me. Spoiler alert. Okay, this is a spoiler. I'm gonna spoil something right now because I have an idea, but I'm gonna spoil something. So if you want to watch the movie, if anything about this show has made you curious, has piqued your interest, and you want to go watch the movie, pause this right now, go watch the movie, and then come right back. Okay, go. Okay, you like the movie? Cool. So now you know what happens at the end. Desolation Jackson makes it throughout the ordeal. It's open-ended. We don't know if he lives, him and the lady cop, played by Natasha Henstridge. They kind of go off fighting until the end of the movie. We think that they're so badass that they'll somehow make it off the planet. Well, let's say that they did. They made it off the planet. She goes her way. She lets him go his way because they have a mutual respect. I'm not going to arrest you after we just done all the shit we done. So just go on. So he goes on. All he wants to do is, pull enough jobs to afford a little rock or an asteroid and just be left the hell alone, like all black people. Here, tomorrow, in the future, in the past, we just want to be left the hell alone. So that's Desolation. He just wants to be left alone. And he just needs to put a crew together, a decent crew together, to pull a few more heists, and then he can back on out. He can retire. But the problem is this whole incident on the Mars colony has awakened a greater purpose within him. He's more than just a guy that's supposed to get by. He's supposed to be a hero and to help people in need. So whenever it seems like he's able to do one more heist to be able to just kind of disappear, he keeps getting thrust into these situations where he has to save people from some sort of big looming supernatural-ish threat. So, every week, every couple of weeks, it's him trying to just be left alone. But then he got to fight some monster to help save some colonists or settlers or people on the spaceship or space station or something. Possibilities are endless. Desolation. If Ice Cube said, I don't want to do all that physical shit no more, we'll make it animated. We'll make it animated. If he don't want to do the voice no more, he'll have him executive produce and we'll have somebody new play Desolation. Desolation. I tell you what, Apple has, Foundation for All Mankind. Paramount Plus has Halo. Netflix has all kinds of sci-fi shows. Amazon got stuff. I tell you ain't got something. Tubi, Pluto, Roku TV. I watch all those. I'm old school. I'll sit through a commercial. I don't give a damn. You guys need a marquee sci-fi show. Let's get a bidding war going. You get DIY Hollywood Productions and you get Innovision Media on the case, and you give us what? 4 or 5 standing sets and a limited FX budget? You got yourself a hit. You done already heard the pitch. It's gold. Roku, Pluto, Tubi. You're leaving money on the table. Holla at your boy. DIY Hollywood Productions, Innovision Media. Desolation next fall on Tubi. Psh. Printing money. You're printing money. Anyway, just a thought. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I think that's it, folks. I think I've just let out everything that I needed to, and I got all my takes out, and I hope you agree with them. If there's something that you didn't agree with, let me know in the comments. Have you seen the movie and you think it's terrible and you think I'm crazy for even suggesting it? Let me know in the comments. If you agree with me and you say, hey, this movie isn't too bad, what are you gonna do? In the comments. Okay, so once again, for DIY Hollywood Productions, for Innovision Media, I'm Jairus George, and this has been Blerd Insights. We will catch you next time.